Hello everyone, today we have the 2020 Hyundai Tucson. The car was launched just after the lockdown and we finally get to drive the car. So today we'll be talking about the exteriors, interiors, drive quality and the most important question, should you buy the car or not? So before we dive into the review, do give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I am Anirban, you are watching Times of India Auto. Hyundai has recently upgraded the Tucson. It's into its 4th generation, but that's in the global market. We are yet to get that. With us is the 2020 Hyundai Tucson. So the important exterior highlights include the headlamps. You can see these are all LED headlamps with an inverted L-shaped DRL. Below them are projector fog lamps, and if you take a look at the grille, it's bold and imposing. Well, you get a lot of chrome in here. You have bracketed chrome and you have 5 slabs running parallelly. You have the Hyundai badging right in the middle. Even the lower profile is quite beefy with 4 skid plate. On the hood you can see there are strong character lines, but this is not as aggressive as you would see in Creta or the Venue. Moving on to the sides, the SUV sits on big 18-inch wheels. The alloy design is also very interesting. In fact, this is the biggest SUV from Hyundai currently in India. The entire portfolio consists of the Venue, which is an entry-level SUV. Then you have the Creta, which is a mid-size SUV, and the top of the line is this, the Hyundai Tucson. Now, if you take a look at the roof line, it is not as boxy as few of the SUVs in the segment. In fact, this portion gives it a nice appeal with a lot of chrome usage. The rear profile gets a coupe shaped, and I really liked Tucson's design, especially it is not as aggressive or boxy as few of its rivals. On the rear you get LED DRLs and you get a halogen bulb here. Hyundai badging right in the middle and Tucson badging as well. You can electrically open the tailgate, and I would say the space inside is adequate. It's boxy in shape, can take up a lot of luggage. I've kept my bag in there and a few of my camera equipment, but I would say you don't have a very high boot lip, so loading luggage will not be an issue. So that was the exterior of Hyundai Tucson. The car is around 4.3 meters in length, and I think it's a well proportioned body. It's not on your face, not very aggressive. So let's hop inside the cabin and find out the creature comfort and what do you get inside. So inside the Tucson, the first thing you notice is an all black cabin. In fact, the seat cushioning is excellent. You get 3 headrests, and the inclined is also adjustable. You can see right on that side I have pushed it back according to my comfort. The driver's seat was also positioned to my liking, and you could see there's a lot of knee room. Even you are 5'10" or above, I don't think the headroom or the knee room would be of any crunch. In terms of conveniences, you have a central AC mounted on this tunnel, and you also have a USB charging point. The tunnel, however, protrudes a little bit, so if there's a middle row passenger, there is some kind of space intrusion right here. So from the rear, let's get to the front seats. I've moved inside the cabin of the 2020 Hyundai Tucson. The first thing you notice inside the cabin is this big infotainment screen that sticks out of the dash. Well, this would remind you of the first generation Creta, it looks much like that, but it gets connected features thanks to the Blue Link connectivity that Hyundai provides. The AC vent is stretched. You have a silver lining across the AC vents. You get dual zone air conditioning system, so you need not fight with your co-passenger in setting the temperature. Fan speed, you can switch off the AC. But what's a miss here is seat ventilation. In fact, the Hyundai Verna offers ventilation, so it could have been given in the top of the line SUV. If you talk about the dashboard, you have a lot of soft touch material right in the middle, but again there's a hard grainy plastic usage on top and above it as well. So a few points Tucson misses out in that segment. You have infinity speaker system, and all the windows are powered windows, and you have seats which are big, cushiony and bolster you well. The padding is really nice. The fabric used gives a rich and plush feeling inside the cabin. Also, in terms of storage space, there is quite a few to talk about. You have bottle holders on each door pockets. You have a glove box, not very deep, but it has cooling feature. Also, you get wireless charging here, a USB port, and a couple of 12-volt sockets. You have a small tray here to keep knickknacks like your keys or something like that. You have a couple of cup holders, and right in the middle you have a tray box. It's not very deep, but I think this is a very handy thing. You have a small tray on top of the box. You have a button to open the boot. The car gets ELD, the def locks and traction control. You can also adjust the position of the headlights. What I really don't like about the car is this. Now obviously this dual dial setup gives a lot of information. It's a classic design, but you see the Hyundai Creta has really gone forward. Also the Verna has really stepped up its game, giving a host of features, and I really like how Verna has its driver's display. It looks and feels like as if you are sitting on a gaming console. Now that's a miss here. It still looks like an old school design, but what's good here is the quality of the knobs. You have a lot of small buttons around the steering wheel. You have on the left you have volume control buttons. On the right you have cruise control, and a button to toggle through the parameters to check engine condition. With the 2020 Hyundai Tucson, you get a couple of engine options. A 2-liter petrol engine is good enough for 152 PS power and 192 Nm of torque, while it is mated to a 6-speed automatic gearbox. The car we are driving today gets a 2-liter diesel engine which puts out 185 PS power and 400 Nm of torque, while it gets a brand new 8-speed automatic torque converter. Now the top of the line diesel model also gets a 4x4 wheel drive with a little bit of off-roading expertise in the form of def lock, but in no way you can consider Tucson to be a off-roading SUV. Now while driving the Tucson, I really like 3 things about this SUV. The diesel engine is strong and responsive. It has lot of torque in the mid-range, gives you all the performance you need from the car, and with that you have the sense of engagement going all the way when you drive the car. If you are driving in the cities, it's quick and responsive. If you are on the highways, it's quick to overtake, and everything you want from the SUV, well, the engine delivers. The second big highlight of the Tucson is the superb ride quality. In fact, I really love driving Tucson because it offers such a plush and comfortable feel. The third absolutely brilliant thing I love about the Tucson is the visibility. On the driver's seat, you get a huge windscreen. The windows are large. You get a sense of airiness. Also, now you get a huge panoramic sunroof. The driver's seat and the co-passenger seat up front are electrically adjustable. Now you see the SUV is pretty huge. It stands almost at 4.5 meters of length, and there would be body roll. That's quite expected when you go around corners. But I would have really loved a little bit of heft from the steering wheel. Now, to counter that issue, you surely have different drive modes. Once you hit the sport mode, the steering feedback and the engine response is much more sportier. So things get better. But on a usual note, honestly, I feel this steering wheel has a bland response, much like a car that is almost half or one-third the price, like the Hyundai Aura. The 8-speed automatic transmission you get with the diesel engine is nice. I would say it's a good addition, but it lacks that eagerness. It is slightly on the dull note. It does not show that eagerness to climb up speeds, and once you put the foot on the pedal, there's a strong surge of torque, but you would expect the transmission to be equally responsive. Now, to counter this issue, Hyundai could have given paddle shifters, at least with the top trim, but that's not the case here. Also, Hyundai cars are known to deliver superb mileage. The Tucson would not disappoint in that aspect as well. A full tank of gas will take you over 750 kilometers. That's really impressive for a SUV of this size and demeanor. Hyundai Tucson has turned into a legend, completing 16 years in the global market, traversing 4 generations and several facelifts. For the 2020 Tucson, the prices start at rupees 22 lakh 30,000 ex-showroom. You get 5 trims, and the top trim goes all the way to rupees 28 lakh ex-showroom. There are no direct rivals, but the likes of Jeep Compass Trailhawk do put the Hyundai Tucson into a competition space. For the 4th generation, it should come to India somewhere around 2021, and Hyundai says Tucson is a brilliant upgrade over the all-new Creta. That's all we have for you from the review of the 2020 Tucson. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned with Times of India for further news and updates.